Alright guys, hey there, welcome back to another video today, and I didn't know I said I wasn't going to upload until next Tuesday, but I don't know, I figured I'd just keep recording. I'm starting to like doing this stuff, so figured I'd just kind of keep recording, keep showing that I do have a lot of different types of content, but I'm doing a little bit of work for the next like big video I want to do is like on Dragon Ball, so that's gonna take a little bit more time, but today I feel like I would come at you guys with a little bit of a, I guess you could say, pep talk. And this is for the people that are gonna watch this video. And so, if anything, like if you're not interested in anything motivational or anything like that, then you can click off the video right now and maybe, and if you're excited for the Dragon Ball video, you can just wait till then. But um, I really wanted to make this video because I feel like it's just important to talk about these sort of things. And even if it's cringe or even if you don't like it, you don't have to watch. No one's asking you to. So I guess I'm just telling you, don't even bother leaving a comment saying, "Oh, don't do this type of content," or because I'm gonna do it anyways. This is our channel, but part of it being our channel means that it's gonna be there's gonna be lots of different types of content on here that you're just not like. I'm not gonna be a YouTuber that is just strictly this or that or anything, and I'm not gonna just adhere to whatever YouTube doesn't allow me to talk about, because I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing this for fame. I'm not doing this for clout. I'm not doing this for anything like that. I just actually like to talk about these things, and I figure I just kind of like to do it. Honestly, I kind of hope I never get big. I hope I never even get more than 10,000 subscribers, because I feel like I wouldn't know what to do with that amount of people listening to what I have to say. Anyway, the topic I wanted to talk about today is getting like just better mental health. And what I mean by that is to at least reach a state where you can be calm. This is not an easy topic to talk about, but I guess I really just wanted to talk about being calm. Because in my opinion, you have to be calm in today's world. In a world that wants everybody to either be super, super extra excited and happy about everything, or super, super angry or pissed off or mad or whatever it may be, or super fearful. I found out if you can live a life where you are just the one who is always completely calm and in control of your actions, you will definitely, obviously, live a much more happier life. But now we got to talk about ways to do that. Because I'm pretty sure we all know the benefits of being calm. If you know what I mean? We all know the benefits. I can talk about some of it, but I don't really think that's important. I think here are the top 5 things you need to do to stay calm. First of all, it starts with getting better sleep. And by calm, I mean I shouldn't just mean like calm as in like you're not angry or something. I mean stay steady. Like, in my opinion, I think having just staying steady, and it's like staying steady and keep getting better and keep pushing forward. Kind of like, find just keep swimming and stuff. You need That's the way you kind of want to be in life, where you're just steady. You want to be steady. And yeah, it's okay to, sometimes pull the trigger and jump at the overambition, or jump at something, or even get angry or upset or overly excited. Don't just not show emotion. That's not being calm is. But I'm saying in the sense of how to just stay, I guess you could say, just like keep your heart free of all the negativity of this world, but yet embrace it at the same time, but learn how to overcome it instead of running from it or not wanting to hear it. So here are the 5 ways that I think you can do that, or at least that's been helping me do that. And that is, first of all, I think getting better sleep. We live in a world right now where technology obviously is at the forefront. And I find it interesting that most people I know, besides maybe a couple, don't really get good sleep. They sleep maybe like 2 hours a day, or they sleep like 12 hours a day, which is equally unhealthy. You should not be sleeping more. I'm going to say this right now. If you sleep past noon, or sleep past 11, or even sleep until 11, nothing's wrong with that. But in my opinion, I feel like that's just so, like, unless you work overnights or something, that's just so not worth it just to be lazy some more. But I mean, if you really want to do that, I'm not stopping you. But I'm just gonna tell you, if you are unhappy, maybe that has something to do with it. I'm not saying that if you then all of a sudden fix your sleep schedule, and this is the thing, your sleep schedule is what you want it to be. You don't have to go to bed at any point in time. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You go to sleep whenever you want to go to sleep. If you really want to sleep the day away and only be up at night like some sort of vampire, that no one's stopping you. There are people doing that, and you should do that if that's what you want to do. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to tell you that find a set sleep schedule that you can be consistent with, because just getting good sleep, and however many sleep, and everybody needs different amounts of sleep. I know this for a fact because I only need like 6 hours, whereas some people I know need 8 hours. Some people I know need 5 hours. Some people I know can just stay up all night and stay up the next day like it never they never like it never happened, and then crash on the next day, wake up in the morning on the third day. Some people I know can literally do that, and usually it's often the people that I know that are like still in high school, or maybe like 19, 18, you know what I mean? Like still a bit young, coming off those binge nights where you just stay up playing video games all night. Whereas, when you get to college a little bit, you tend to just not stay up all night because you just realize like, oh shit, I got so much to do tomorrow. um, but yeah, I think when you can find a set sleep schedule, it will help just decrease a lot of unneeded stress. Because when you're sleeping, think about it this way: you're not thinking about anything, you're not doing anything, you're just sleeping. Your body's just getting the rest that it needs. And for me, I found out that that just definitely increased my overall like clarity on life right now. So no matter what you're going through, even if you're going through some, just remember, the less time you can spend thinking about that, and instead focusing on how to be productive about that instead, which sleep is. Sleep is productive. I know that's kind of funny to say, right? Sleep's productive, but again, when used in the way you're doing it, is much more productive than not sleeping at all, or sleeping all day, or I don't know. You know what I mean? You get the picture. Number two, I think that this is something that I'm slowly starting to catch on to. And that is, you really just have to not care about this world. Okay, let me breathe in and out for a second. That's not exactly what I mean by that is, so take a deep breath. I don't mean, just, become a depressed nihilist, or something like that. No, 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 no. That's not what this means. This means you need to get rid of you need to see the world for what it is, not for what it was, not for what you want it to be, just for what it is and as it is now. This will help you understand so many more decisions that are made. And also, you need to understand that your other people's decisions are not, you rarely, and I mean very rarely, 0.1% of the time, have complete control over someone's actions. You may be the boss at your work, and you may think because you're the boss. You never know. Even your most loyal employee one day could instantly snap and turn to a competitive, or not competitive, but to basically a very threat to your workplace because of something you may be doing to them, or maybe just they're angry, or who knows. You must always remember that you don't control other people's actions, no matter how much authority you have, no matter what your life role is, and whatever your role is in that person's life. So because you have no authority over their actions, you must realize that you don't need to care about their actions. But what I mean by that is, you are not to judge them on their actions. We hate the sin, not the sinner. Everybody can be redeemed. And this is something that I'm just slowly starting to catch on to. I've always held the belief that certain crimes are unforgivable and all these things. But that only, I feel like, by taking in that hate and trying to use hate as my justification on having that stance because of the crime committed, I am then becoming more hateful. And then I am shutting off my heart to a potential solution that could solve these crimes. Everybody has the chance to be better. Everybody has the chance to make up for what they've done. And sometimes making up for what you've done is taking the punishment. So always remember that. But I do believe that if we constantly send hate at individuals just because they did something heinous, It doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it better. And it just makes us more angry anyways. And we don't see the conclusion. Forgiveness is the only way that you can truly ever heal. And I know this because there's plenty of times where people in my life have done something wrong, or I've done something wrong to others, and I've had to forgive myself, or I've had to forgive them. But those times I spent angry at myself or at them were, or try to justify my reasons, because that's what our brain loves to do. Our brain loves to justify the reasons on to hate something. Because really, in our heart of hearts, in our heart, we know hate is just not the way. But when we say use your head, our brain wants to justify everything we do. Our brain wants, no matter what it is, our brain wants to justify it. It wants to find a reason. Our brain does not want to accept that we are not perfect. So you must always keep this in mind. But again, you need to just let go of the world. Realize you have no control over the world. And the only thing you can do is the actions that you can take now to control yourself. Use those, and by productive, I'm not saying work a lot, make money, and all of this stuff. I mean, whatever you actually want to do, but don't do the things that you don't want to do and that are harmful for you. You're just not going to achieve a healthy mental health that way. You're going to become a very either irritable person, a person who's detached from reality, meaning you're too happy, or you can become a person who just becomes a morally gray, not a morally gray, but just like a gray person. Like you just don't care anymore and you don't have a reason to go on, but you're not going to kill yourself or anything because what's the point, And I feel like shutting yourself off and becoming an isolated person is not the way to do it either. I've been there. I know. I've been there. It's not fun. It's not a fun state to be in. And I've been there many times, actually, in my more recent years. And I find that to be fascinating as I grow up. As I keep getting older. For instance, I was very, very depressed before I started this YouTube channel. Like I would say about a couple months before I started this YouTube channel. I was pretty depressed. I wasn't really happy. And I'm still going through it. Obviously a lot better now, but it's taken some time to heal. I don't really want to speak on the event that happened. I'll do that for a different video, but there's still going through it, still healing from it, but I'm a lot better, I figured some things out. I realized some things. And I really understood what depression was at that point. You know what I mean? Because I had it before. And obviously depression is something that you slip in and out of. And I had it before. And I never really knew this. So I didn't recognize the signs of what I was going through, like last time I had it would be back in 2018. I had it before then, and I just didn't realize it. And so that time when I was healing from it in 2018, I was on a very destructive path. Like I was wilding out. And I always sometimes wonder, had I just gotten better sleep? Had I just been less aware of the things I don't need to be? Like, for instance, one thing I've even stopped doing in general, is I don't really watch videos about other YouTubers. Like, I don't really watch videos on, like, I still watch, like, content by, like, for instance, I'm not throwing shade at any of these people, but, like, Optimus, Jamari, like, all these, like, big commentary channels. I used to watch all of those. One thing I was getting from those is entertainment, but I was never getting, like, satisfaction in my life. But that's where it comes down to my personal preference. I don't want to hear about celebrities and all this stuff anymore. I really don't care about it anymore. To the point where I just don't want to hear it anymore because I'm just so fed up with it. So fed up with the same cycle of bullshit. Someone makes a video on somebody else for their cringy shit or something they said or did. Somebody's getting canceled, somebody's arguing about their political view, somebody's saying something this about that. I've really just stopped watching all those videos altogether. Like every single type of video like that. Like, doesn't matter if it's politics-wise, celebrity-wise, company-wise, like a video about a company or something. I just don't care. Like, I'm just tired. Or another YouTuber, like, for instance, the last time I even really The last time I truly, because this is something I just started within these couple weeks, but the last time I truly watched another video was about the whole David Dobrik situation, and after that I was just like, why do people care about this shit anymore? Like, he's not gonna go anywhere no matter what he did. He's had, you know what I mean? It's the same shit. We've seen this so much shit for so many years now that people should just stop caring at this point and just. But no, everybody actually cares so much, and it's just like, I'm just like, nah, dude, I'm just gonna step away. I'm gonna step outside this world for a second and go into my own journey, because I know that's the only way that I can get this done. Anyway, so moving on to the number 3 spot, I think this is something that's good. This is something that's very controversial, but I think you should get rid of social media. Okay, I say this because when you are in a depressive state, you constantly want more dopamine. And when you're in a sad state, you don't have to be depressed. I guess I shouldn't. That was over exaggerating. I'm making this video for people that are depressed. And this isn't gonna just all of a sudden. These 5 tips aren't just gonna solve your depression and all of a sudden, it goes away. And no. It's not gonna be that simple. You're not just gonna watch the video and do all these things and that's gonna happen. No, but they help. All right, this is very basic stuff that you can do that really helps you get through this shit. All right, and I really, as someone who went through it, I feel like I need to make this video for people that are a little bit of it stuck. Everybody gets stuck, and you look for advice, and the type of advice you get is very standard and industry based. And it's like, no, I'm not telling you how to do a sleep schedule. I'm telling you just to set up one. I'm not telling you need to be up all fucking day and to sleep at night. No, you could sleep at daytime if you really wanted to, but just have something that you can be consistent with. So that's why I'm saying, like, most people can't afford to sleep during the day because we have work, we have all these things, so you can't really be consistent with that. But if you can, go fucking ahead. Go ahead. Work nights, sleep during the day. Fuck them. Fuck anybody else that has a problem with that. They ain't you, man. All right? So I'm not here to tell you these things, because that's what I hear about with this advice is where, like, oh, you need to do it this way and this way. No, you need to just do it your own way. Do it the way that makes you happy and that prevents you from being self-destructive. That's all you need to do. You don't need to do it any other way than that, all right? It's important to have it, but you don't need to do it like everybody else or like how somebody else is doing it. I particularly, if you want to know mine, I'm just going to bed at 11, waking up at 5, because it's all the sleep I need. And I like getting up super early in the morning like that. I really do. It's so peaceful and calm, but I also like staying up a little bit, but I don't want to stay up late. So I usually sleep till 11 to 5, and that kind of keeps me going. That's all I need. And if I really am that, God's to the wall tired, I will obviously sleep an extra hour to at least 6 or 7. So, but I find out after this first week of doing it, I've been waking up at 5, no problem. I've just been getting up. And that's just because I like getting up so early in the morning. I just do. It's not because I know some people say, like, oh, if you wake up at 5 and you're just going to have a much more happier life. But that's not entirely true. You can wake up at any time and have a much more happier life. It's all about perspective. It's all about, because it's the time that you want to be up at. That's just the time. I just like to be up in the dawn because I think it's cool. I think the sun rising and just how nobody's outside. Everything's just so still. Be it I'm up and awake and witnessing all of it. Like, it's awesome. It's awesome. But obviously off track. But going back to social media thing, I myself hate social media because I think it's constantly dopamine rushing, and there's just no point. And some people say, well, I just do it to contact my friends, and yeah. But social media also made me do some things that I'm not proud of. Not made me do some things, but allowed me to do some things that I wouldn't have done, that I would not have done if I wasn't on it, if that makes sense. And because of that, I realized, wow. And then I hear so many other people do that same thing that I did. I'm not going to speak too much on it. That's going to be, obviously, I'm only saving that because it's for a completely different video. Otherwise, I would tell you guys, but no, it's for a completely different video. So I don't want to, otherwise, if I tried to talk about that situation and how to do all that and blah, 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 this video would be like 3 hours long, and I'm not trying to do that. So, and I don't think you guys are trying to do that. I'm trying to keep these videos under at least 40 minutes. When I have these topic videos, I'm trying to keep them under 40. That first video with the hour-long topic about acting your race and blah blah blah, that was just because I just had so much to say, because I really relate to that, and I really relate to this too, but on a different scale. I've overcome this. You can't overcome when people tell you to act your race. You know what I mean? That's just I made that video because I wanted to show people that you're not gonna be able to change people's minds on that. People are so set in that fucking every race is a certain way, and if you don't act a certain way, you're not really that race. Like, oh, you were born a different race. Like, I mean, everybody's so set in that BS anyway. So I just made that video to tell you that just stop caring about those people and just shut them down the instant they try to talk to you and say, wow, you don't sound like a normal black guy. Be like, shut the fuck up. Just tell them to shut the fuck up, and they're not worth your time. At that point, they're not. Like, screw them. And don't judge them. Don't hate them. But just tell them, like, until they learn that you can be black and talk articulate. You can be white and talk ghetto. You can be anything and be anything, really. You can be anything. And it's a classic saying. You can be anything, but you can't be everything. You can do anything, but you can't do everything. It's a classic saying. So I personally don't see the point in social media because I don't see where people contact their friends. And yeah, oh well, my friends, they don't have phone numbers, and I go like, I don't know. I don't know how you have a phone but not a phone number. I always, now granted, I'm a bit more sympathetic to that nowadays because I realize some people are just, sorry about the hiccups, just not in the position to get money enough to really pay a consistent phone bill like monthly, because that thing is consistency. It's all about consistency, just because you can pay it that month, and especially nowadays where people are going through constant job changes left and right, maybe not as much anymore, but just in general, losing your job, if you lost your job last year and you had to go through a whole new different job and just rebalance your income and all that, yeah, maybe I can understand that, why you would have social media, because you couldn't really keep up with the number payment every single month, because it was between that or pay your fucking rent. And obviously, if you are choosing a phone, then you are just ridiculous. But that's where, we need to draw the line. If you think you have a purpose for social media, like you have a need for it, then I recommend is only using it for that need, at least while you're in this state where you're unclear, you're mentally fogged up and all this stuff. Because having just something like that you're on constantly, but that's not healthy for you or doing anything for you, and you just constantly see how happy other people are, it's only, and it's kind of like a fake happiness, because you're not really seeing that person, you're just seeing what they want you to see. So because of that, that's not really something that you want to be truly basing how you should be feeling off of, because you're not really seeing that person in the moment. You're seeing what they want you to see. So you don't even know if they're happy. So you shouldn't be feeling down because they're happy and you're not. You don't even know if they are. They could be equally as depressed as you, but just making sure that their social media doesn't, it stays up to par. It makes people like it, and that's what I'm saying. So it's not an accurate reflection on everybody, but don't just assume everybody's unhappy either. And here's the thing: if you do what I do, like where you're not on social media anymore, you don't have to announce it to anybody. Your real friends will contact you anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I don't recommend being on social media if you're in this messed up state. I recommend either just deleting the apps or deleting your account. I deleted my account a long time ago. Long time ago. Deleted my social media accounts because I don't like, at the end of 2019 we're talking about. So like most 2020. Let's say end of 2019, 2020 didn't have social media. Still don't in 2021. Well, YouTube, I guess, but I found out that I don't really need it. I don't want it. And it just doesn't, it always seems to come around right at the right, it always seemed to came, like when I was 19, it always seemed to come around right at the right time, and I didn't need it to, and I would just waste like so much time on there. Time that I could be spending playing the games I like, having more fun with those, making that $60 purchase actually worth it. Times I could have spent just chilling down, just chilling, let my mind be at ease instead of always being stimulated. Because when you're overstimulated, it leads to burnout. So you don't want to do that either. So you see what I mean? You feel me? But that's neither here or there. That's just from my personal preference. I'm not saying that you can't use it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't use it. Because there's plenty of good things about it too. Just me personally, it just doesn't mesh well with my personality. I'm not really into the whole having a bunch of friends, sharing your life shit. I'm not really into that. I'm more introverted, laid back, chill. Like, I'm not really trying to be all cool and all that. Like, that's just not my thing. It's a lot of other people's thing, and nothing wrong with that. That's just the difference in how you want to live your life. I recommend keeping it balanced, though. You shouldn't just be too laid back, too chill, too introverted. Keep it balanced. Be a nice ambivert, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, the fourth sign, or not sign, sorry, the fourth thing that you need to do, don't care about politics. I think this is something you should do in general. If you have any political beliefs or any things that you want done, that you should just start taking the actions that can be achieved to do those things. Don't care about politics. Just don't. I made a decision that this was the last election that I would ever pay attention to. Only because, and I didn't even pay attention to it that much. I was just more popping off jokes and shit, you know what I mean? Because I realize politics for what they are. They're a distraction. They're meant to keep us divided. And yes, you can have your beliefs on what that may be and all blah blah blah. But to me, all I've seen from people that it just makes them angry. And most of these people don't even know what they're talking about because the way politics works here in the U.S., if you're not from here, um, most of the way this works is people just only care about politics for like 1 year and then act like they're the greatest fucking politician that has ever lived and start arguing all these things that they don't even know what, like, so many people use terms like free market stocks and all these things in their arguments and they don't even know what it is. They the only time they care about politics is like just this one election year because that's the cycle. Hence why we keep getting so many bad leaders. Hence why I recommend I don't even vote. Yep, I don't vote, and I never will vote because I, as an average person, will never have enough information to know truly how this country is going to be run. There's a lot of shadowy figures in the background. I'm not trying to say this is some sort of conspiracy. It's just kind of what it is. Just a lot of people in the background who do control a lot more than you think, and we don't even know who those people are. There's a lot of agendas that are being pushed by a lot of different types of people, and it's not just a left or a right. It's not just there's a lot of people out there, right, that you don't even know that have so much power and influence things in certain ways that you couldn't even imagine. So there, and because I'm an average person, I don't know who those people are. I don't really want to know, to be honest. Probably wouldn't. Probably for the best. But it's a slippery slope when you try to get in politics as a working class person because you just you're gonna be led in circles and you're gonna keep arguing these points instead of just doing something. I know it's easier said than done, but like for instance, I care about the environment. So every single day recently, I've just been taking plastic bags, going outside, picking up my environment since people like to throw stuff on the trash or on the ground. Yes, if only people threw stuff in the trash, that'd be great. But I've just done that. That doesn't, and again, that doesn't make me some sort of better person or a holier than thou. All this really means is that I'm just doing something that I particularly find important. I think having a healthy environment is super important for the overall growth of mental health and just physical health and everything. So I clean it up. And that's just a very small scale of a cleanup. Like, if I really wanted to, I could technically do more, but I don't want to devote all my time to that because then I wouldn't have time to do anything else. You got to keep it balanced. So I could do a lot more. I really could. Could start chucking money at charities for environments and all that stuff. But the problem is, I don't really need to do all that. I found something that makes me proud of what I do and keeps it balanced with everything else. So I just walk around my town for an hour a day picking up the environment. That's it. That's just a small scale thing I could do. Instead of sitting here arguing about it with someone who doesn't care about the environment, sitting here arguing about it with people who do on how to achieve a better solution, I'm just gonna go do it. Instead of sitting on my phone on social media all day, I'm just gonna go pick up the environment. Fuck it. Like why? No, why not? I care about the environment. Maybe I should start acting like it. And I'm not telling you this to say, though, if you're just going to sit there and care about politics and complain about it and not actually do anything yourself, or even that you're just a baby or that you need to shut up and stuff. No, that's not what I'm saying. All I'm really saying to you is that, you see, I'm not here to debate people. I'm not here to argue with people in this world. I'm not here to even change people's minds anymore. I'm starting to realize, and I'm hoping that you are on the path too. And if not, maybe you will get there. Actually, I know you'll get there, because everybody gets there eventually. I feel like even the worst of the worst get to this point eventually, where you realize that we're on this world only one time, and you're not here. Again, you're not here to fight people. It's not what you are here to do. You're not here to do anything unless that's what you want to do. Our purpose, if we can't determine what humanity's purpose is, then your purpose is whatever you want it to be. Anyway, moving on to number 5. This is the last one. Probably kind of the most important one in my opinion, but exercise. And this will help when you're like super depressed, because when you're super depressed or like sad or just in a state of unclearness, exercise burns that all away. Because you're so focused, because you have to be focused on actually exercising. So because of that, it's burning away those negative thoughts and replacing it with just pure energy. And then the energy gets expended on better physical health for you, which leads to you being like, yay, I look better. You know what I mean? And eating healthy just does the same thing. Now, granted, I don't mean like you have to only eat healthy, but just eat healthier. Like maybe instead of having 5 pizzas a day, maybe have 2. You know what I mean? Like instead of eating candy all day, maybe eat candy only at night. Like maybe only have 1 bag of candy at night. You know what I mean? Like limit those unhealthy habits. Because you can't just stay disciplined all the time. All right, you can't do that. You're not. That's fake happiness. All right, I don't care what any alpha male Chad, quote unquote, has to say. You know, the cringy ass fucking alpha male YouTubers and all that stuff. Fuck them. They're not real. All right. You can't stay disciplined all the time, but you can have discipline in your life. But you can't be like a robot who does nothing but just eat, sleep, and work. That's boring as fuck. And I'm here to tell you, if you're gonna do that, cool. There are people doing that, but to me, that's not something that could cure depression. That's gonna cause it even more. In fact, probably make it even worse. But you need to not care. But keep it balanced. You know, keep it balanced. Keep it balanced. I guess I should say that with politics and everything else too. I didn't really touch on that, but keep that all balanced. You don't have to care about it. But like, what I made my decision is, I will only hear the important things that are said. You know, just so I'm not. You don't want to be caught off guard when a major change is happening in your country or something. You want to at least know. Be in the know. Pay attention to the important events. Prepare for what may be coming. That's what I say with that. But other than that, we'll leave it there, because yes, you have to be balanced with these things. But that's the point, being balanced. And my point with that is, I'm only going to care about the important stuff then, because I still have to care somewhat. I just do. I live here, and this is my world. This is our world. We have to care about what's going on in it somewhat. You really do, even if it's politics. What I'm saying is, I don't act on those angered feelings that I might get at a politician. I don't act on those. I don't just sit there, type, and at someone angry all day. I just kind of put those angered that I got into motion, into doing something that I think that the politicians isn't doing. So that's why I don't have any political views. So I don't have any political candidates that support. So I don't have any. I'm just a dude out here, man. If every single like political group decided to join forces and go to war, I'm a one man army. I'm very exposed, because I don't really care about Black Lives Matter. I don't care about the LGBTQ community, and if I don't care, that doesn't mean I don't support or I don't have any sympathy or vanity for them or anything like that. No, it just means like I'm not with them. You won't catch me wearing their shirts. You won't catch me fucking typing it out on Facebook. You won't catch me, sending out a slogan or something on YouTube. But that doesn't mean I don't agree with their causes or support it in any sort of way. It just means I'm not going to either. And first of all, no, I will call out injustices against their communities. I do call that out a lot to my everyday people. But that's the thing. I'm not going to do it over social media. I'm going to do it in person. So that way the people that are homophobic, that way the people that are racist, that way the people that are actually these things get called out on the spot. Not over text, over Twitter. Fuck that. Call them out in front of everybody at their job. You know what I mean? Like, fuck it. That'll do way more damage to their mental psyche than calling them out on Twitter. and canceling them, quote unquote canceling. Canceling is just being used to get jokes at this point. But getting back to that topic that I was talking about earlier with exercising and eating healthier. Again, you don't need to stay disciplined 24/7 and exercise, and take your exercises slow. I recommend like starting out with like either going to the gym and doing basic something like lifting weights. Setting like a set amount of times where you have to lift, or maybe a time limit that you have to lift. Like maybe you have to go to the gym for like straight up 30 minutes to an hour. Keep it something that's realistic. Don't make it like, oh, you got to do 500 push-ups a day and 10 times gravity like Goku. No, don't do that. Like, you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. First of all. Second of all, you even if you did do that, you're not gonna want to consistently do that. That'll just destroy yourself. So keep it something realistic. I don't care if it's even going on a walk. Something as basic as just going on a walk for like an hour a day while the weather's nice. And again, it can be done at any time. It doesn't have to be done right when you wake up. It doesn't have to be done in the afternoon. It doesn't have to be done at night. It can be done whenever time period you feel most comfortable doing all that stuff. That's why it will help you. In essence, with all 5 of these things, these are some basic things, but they will help when you are in this state. When you are in the state of hurt and panicked and mental unclarity and hurting, these basic things will keep you together and allow you, along with other things, these 5 things won't just cure it. And even when you have these 5, and there really is no cure. There's no instant cure for depression or having these mental health problems. There's no mental cure. There's no just all of a sudden you wake up the next day and you're fine. But you can be better. You can not let it. You can beat it. Like, you can overcome it, but learn from it and realize that you could relapse into this again. But you have steps to heal from it. So with these 5 things, they help a lot because they all go towards boosting your overall genocidal. I have no idea how I got that confused with general satisfaction, but anyway, your general satisfaction of life. Yes, genocidal life. That will make us happy. We're edgelords now. Let's get the dark hair coloring. Let's get the piercings. Let's get the leather black armor, and let's get the black swords, and let's start tearing up. No, I'm just kidding. But no. I'm pretty sure someone in the comment section is already typing at me angry. But if not, actually, I'm gonna roast myself here. I don't get comments on my videos, so I'm too pathetic. No, I'm just kidding. But in all seriousness, do these 5 things, and I promise you, you will find a little bit. You'll find that you're better. You're not gonna get cured. I promise that. I mean, if you do get cured, even fucking better, bro. Even better. I'm happy. But just know that it's not gonna be an instant cure. But these are things that can make it better. And I hope thank you all for watching this video. And if you watched till the end, super big thanks. Give me your opinions in the comment section though about like if these 5 steps are good for you. Because I think it's honestly universally good for everybody to do these things, regardless if you're in a mental health position, a declining mental health position or not. I think it's good for you to do these things naturally. But comment down below if you guys think this is like if you guys think that was good advice, not really advice, but just a good solution to it. Give me your thoughts and opinions. Maybe you guys have experienced something similar, maybe not. But if not, that's great. Hopefully you never do, because it's something that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. Depression and mental health disorders are not fun. So I would not wish on my, like I said, when I wish on my worst enemy. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a snazzy day. This has been me. I'm out. Peace. And oh yeah, like Goku says, you better go train at 10 times gravity, bro. Seriously, bro. Do you even lift?